absolute home entertainment. Yeah, imagine. Now, at this point, 200 of these, hundreds were ordered before we came on the air. That's in this hour alone, 220 and counting on this unit. It's an exclusive with QVC. It is so simple to operate. It plugs into the wall. It's what they call an active electronic device. Should explain that to you, too. There are two types of electronic devices. There's an active device. That's a device that plugs into the wall, that has a current in it, that is making a difference. And there's a passive device, a bit of gear that doesn't have any current passing through it. For example, an electric guitar is a passive electric device. It's a passive electronic device because there's no, in most cases, there's no batteries, or the guitar is plugged into nothing. It's simply magnetically picking up the sound the guitar strings are making. It's passive, no electricity passing through it. This plugs into the wall. It becomes an active electronic device. It processes the sound. Wait until you hear Beatles records. You know that phony stereo they did on the first few releases? This brings that to life. It actually, instead of, you know, on the Beatles records where they send everything to the left channel or everything to the right channel, this will take that and change it and turn it, literally turn it into real stereo, or at least as real as it can possibly be, because it is, and I don't want to bore you with the technology of it at all. It is literally changing the phase of the sound. It is in essence a phase-shifting device, but that starts to get into some pretty heavy technological nuances, and that's not really going to be important on why you want it. You want this because the sound from anything, CDs, records, tapes, the sound from your VCR, you imagine one of those stereo movies booming that baby out with high-definition audio, and you know what else you can do, and I've done this, you can record tapes using high-definition audio. You can put the high-definition audio processing on the tape. This is not an encode-decode system at all. Once you record a tape in high-definition audio, you're going to be able to play that tape back on any stereo and get better sound from it. It'll release that kind of sound. $89.94. It's a QVC exclusive. Here's the instruction manual, because a lot of people are looking at this and saying, wait a minute, how do I do this? There are 4 plugs. 2 output and 2 input plugs. That's it, after you plug it into the wall. Output and input. And the instruction manual gives you the lowdown on how to use it. It's a live device. It is an active device. It's installed either between an auxiliary device, which is a CD player, tape deck, stereo receiver, or stereo TV, or in, now this is important, those of you who have a stereo receiver, because this is where I hooked mine. Everything in my house runs through my stereo receiver, which makes for an unusual coffee maker. But no, seriously, everything in my house runs directly through the stereo receiver, the TV, the VCR, and all my stereo equipment. I have a tape monitor output. If you hook this into the tape monitor output, done. Absolutely done. Every sound that goes through your receiver will now be in high-definition audio. That's how I've done it. But it's funny. That's in the living room system. I have a little bookshelf system that happens to have an audio output in my bedroom. I took this in. And, you know, I am seriously considering, it's $90, but I'm seriously considering getting a second one because the music sounds so alive. And those of you who live in apartments, wait till you hear it on lower volume levels. You can have the sound way, way down. You can have the sound very low, very soft, very subtle, and still you hear everything. On Crosby, Stills and Nash's live recording, Four-Way Street, you know that I'm a big fan of Stephen Stills. I think he's an absolute genius, especially on the acoustic guitar. You can hear the pick hit the string before you hear the music. It's that, no, not hype, not at all. You can hear it. You can hear the excitement I have about this. It's a brand new piece of technology. There's no doubt at this point in time it's going to sell out, that judging by how many have been ordered at this point in time. That is not meant to pressure you, just meant to alert you of the fact that it'll probably take us a month or so to restock this when that happens. It's an American-made device. The company's in Baltimore, and we are pleased to have it on the air. Let me go to the phones. Hi, welcome to QVC. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Fine, fine. High-definition audio is fantastic.
All right. What's your name? Where do you live, please?
I'm Bernie Negrin from Bloomfield, New Jersey.
Bernie, welcome. Did I talk to you when we first had this on the air?
No, I tried to get through, but unfortunately I did not get through to you at the time.
Okay.
Well, listen, I've had it for about a month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a classical music nut, opera and heavy symphonic.
Oh, yeah.
I put this in. I was not a non-believer. I became a believer in about 10 minutes.
Bingo.
Act 3 of Valkyrie, Die Valkyrie by Richard Wagner, has a scene right near the end where Wotan strikes on the rock to call the God of Fire.
Yes.
The God of Fire was in my closet. I'm telling you, I got goosebumps not the type you rub on your back, but literally goosebumps because I was at a concert hall. In fact, 3 days ago, we were at the Lincoln Center, Avery Fisher Hall.
Oh, yes.
The sound quality was identical.
That is, you know what it's doing, Bernie? It's recreating the environment, that acoustically perfect environment where the music was recorded right there in your home. And that you know, I have to tell the people that made this, that's a great line when you said that it was in your closet. That was great.
It really was. It was very interesting to hear. As I said, I was a non-believer. I've been around classical music and stereo equipment for 30 years. And I said, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to buy it, put it on. It took 5 minutes to install, incidentally. And I gave it a shot, and I love it. I have it permanently installed. I leave it on all the time. I use my system, and I love it. I would say to anybody who's interested in any type of music, give it a shot. It's worthwhile getting.
Bernie, thank you. As a fellow user, I'm curious. Let me ask you a couple of questions. When I have my stereo on just for background music, if I'm writing or doing something in the house, I find that at lower levels, I turn the processing up a little over 3/4 of the way on those lower levels, and the music at those lower levels is alive. But when I go to those like regular listening levels where I want to bow the windows, I turn the processing down to just about half, maybe a hair below the half level.
I would say about half is where I usually run.
Okay.
I've also found in the course of symphonic music that I've found pieces in the background, the counterpoint of the music, sections that I've never heard before coming up, and it really has made a major difference in music.
Oh, boy. Bernie, that is terrific to hear. I am so proud to work for a company that has something like this. I mean, that had the foresight to seek this out, go to the company and say, hey, we'd like to introduce it to the country. We'd like to have an exclusive on it. And it's kind of it's one of those win-win scenarios because the company said, well, they were a little bit leery, too. They said, well, we don't know, because we can't demonstrate it. It's impossible to demonstrate this on television. All I can do is tell people about it and say, well, listen, they said, well, look, take a unit home, plug it in, see what you think. And I did, and I ordered one. It made that kind of an impact.
Yeah, you have to actually put it on your system and listen. As I said, I was a non-believer. I tried it, and I'm a believer. And I'm telling everybody out there, if you want to try something very unique, very wonderful, let's use that term, something totally different, but actually recreating the concert hall experience or the small cafe or the small group. No matter what type of music you like, give it a shot. Try it. You'll love it. It's something new.
One of the nicest calls we've had. Bernie, thank you so much. Keep on enjoying it. Health and happiness in 93 for you.
Thank you, and Happy New Year to you and your staff.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. That's the kind of impact it has. We are getting down to the last few hundred remaining in stock. Please keep that in mind. We'll go to the phones very quickly, and this is going to go. I mean, you need to know that in case it needed to be yours. Hi, welcome to QVC. You're on the air.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Bonnie from Adams, New York.
Bonnie, pleasure to talk to you. Are you using it or about to use it?
About to use it. We just ordered it.
Oh, boy. What made the deciding factor for you? Or what was the deciding factor for you?
Well, it sounds very interesting, and my husband enjoys a lot of music, and we do have a stereo TV, and we just thought we'd like to try it.
Oh, boy. And some of those movies that are in stereo, Bonnie, this is going to make them explode. Terminator 2, unreal.
Well, it'll be interesting. We'd like to see what it looks like.
Unreal. And it's so easy to hook up. The thing that really kind of scared me when I first got it, the instruction manual is, a grand 3 pages long, if you don't count the warranty information in the back.
That's unusual.
But that's all you need, because you plug it in, turn it on, and forget about it.
Well, that'd be great. Usually they're very complicated instructions.
This is so simple. Bonnie, enjoy it, and thank you. Health and happiness for you and yours in 93.
Well, thank you, and say Happy New Year to everybody on QVC from us.
I will do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Right now, please, if you're on the line, stay on the line. It will be selling out in a matter of a minute or two. E7247, $89.94. Now, well under 200 remain in stock. On this, $15.72 for E6988. High definition audio, it's a phenomenon. Absolutely, and it's out of here. We will try to get it back in as soon as we possibly can. E7247, though, is sold out. Thank you much for your calls.
Well, I like to listen to rock music, and I like to listen to it really loud, but I don't want the instruments to, like, get all muddled together. I really like to hear them each separately, and it really amazed me. As soon as you push the button on that thing, it was like each instrument was really clearly defined in space. You could hear right where it was coming from.
When this sound comes on, the button is hit, it adds a dimension and a depth that
really,
makes...
Yeah, it really is incredible. It's like you're sitting in the concert hall listening to the symphony, and you can hear all the different instruments. You can hear the woodwinds and the brass, and it's just incredible, the richness of the music.
Made it larger than life. It brought it out to me. You can hear everything. You can hear the bass, the treble.
I really have never heard my tapes or CDs sound like this. It's really incredible.
The sound was trapped inside the speaker. Push the button and let it go. It jumped out at you.
In country music, the words are everything, and with HDA, you can hear every word.
It's under $100. I mean, can't beat that price.
Something like this costs under $100 when you spent thousands of dollars on stereo.
Makes it even more incredible.
Yeah.
I gotta get one.
You can hear it below you and above you and around you. It's like surround sound, but better.
Where can you find the kind of equipment that will enhance the quality of your sound and your stereo system for under $100? I thought it was at least $1,000.
It's unbelievable. It's easy to put together. It's not a matter of fiddling with dials and trying to fine-tune like you do with equalizers and so forth. It's just a matter of hitting one button and
Which is
bang.
wonderful if you're unmechanical like me, and all you need to do is push one button to get this kind of sound.
Yeah, because you're looking to be a music listener, not an electronics expert.
It just sounded like I was live at a concert, you know, right there. It sounded good.
The HDA just makes everything just gives you the feel like you're right there.
You feel like you've got a lot more speakers in the room than what you hear.
Can't listen to music without one now. Once I turn the button off and I heard how flat it sounds normally, I've got to have an HDA. I've got to have it on my stereo system will have an HDA.